Are there some special moments that come to mind when you think about your visits and something that particularly moved you?
One of the women that I visited was being released, and I had decided to promote myself to going to prison. So she gave me the name of somebody that I should write to, Gloria Killian, who had been trained as an attorney before she was sent to prison. And I got a lot of information from Gloria about women in prison. And I started corresponding with her, and finally I said, would it be all right if I visited you? And she, after she checked me out, she said yes, it'd be all right. I visited with Gloria for a year, and I had been carefully trained never to ask somebody, why are you here? But after a year of visiting her, I realized this is not a typical criminal I'm talking to. So I said, you don't seem like a criminal type. Why are you here? And she told me why she was there. She was the victim of an evil district attorney in Sacramento who knew that she was not guilty of the crime for which she was convicted. But he was promoted on the basis of her conviction. I said, do you mind if I hire a detective? And she said, no. So I did, and I hired a detective, and he went up to Sacramento and rummaged around and looked into the history of the whole thing, and he came back and said, she's not guilty. So I said, do you mind if I would hire an attorney? She said, you'd be wasting your money, but no, I wouldn't mind. So I checked with some people who had been visiting the prison and asked the name of a good defense attorney. And they gave me the name of Bill Janego in Santa Monica, whom I promptly went to visit. And he agreed to look into the case. And he went out and talked to her, and he came back and he said, yes, I'll take the case. He's a very good defense attorney. And it took him about 5 years, I think, to get her out, going from one court to another. And finally, the 9th District Court of Appeals overturned her conviction. And that was about 10 years ago.
And I believe Gloria now lives with you. There's quite a happy ending.
Yes, when she was released, well, while she was in prison, her relatives died. She was in prison for 16 years and had no place to go. So I said, I have a 3-bedroom house in Pasadena. There's room. So she moved in, and that was 10 years ago, and she's been with me ever since. One of her good friends was recently released from prison. She was given a compassionate release after 25 years because she has lung cancer. And she had no place to go. So she occupies my couch now.
I helped Gloria last December, I believe, on a project through which she was getting some gifts to incarcerated women, and I was struck by that because you'd think she'd want to leave the prison and never look back, but she's giving back. What can you tell me about that project?
While she was still in prison, I think she mentioned to me that the women there didn't get anything for Christmas. So I said, let me see if I can do anything about it. And I called my friend Connie Smith in Pasadena. And Connie, bless her heart, is older than I am, but she fills her room during the year with gifts for inmates. And then we get together in November and fill these bags with useful items. Instant coffee and tea and toothpaste and cosmetics. I think they're up to doing something like 3,000 a year now. She has started the Action Committee for Women in Prison, and she does legal work for a lot of the women, which she did while she was in prison, and maintained her sanity because she thought she was there for 32 years to life. So she is really giving back.
There might be somebody out there who would say, they should be punished. Why should they get anything? They were bad. They went to prison. Why are we doing anything for them? If there were possibly a person like that out there, what might you say to that person?
These are all people. They have probably or possibly made a mistake during their life, but that should not ruin their life forever. And they're in a place which is harsh and cruel. And the fact that they get these little bags at Christmas and they meet out in the hallway and trade contents of the bags, it's wonderful for them. I mean, they really enjoy getting them. They're not much.